So Vincent, Mario Monti, the Prime Minister of Italy, has announced his decision to resign. The stock market's not taken it at all well. Italian shares down very heavily this morning. Why the negative reaction?
Well, I think that this was not a surprise. Everybody knows that Monti's tenure as Prime Minister was coming to an end. He was appointed Prime Minister 12 months ago, so he's not elected. His mandate was running out anyway. I think the surprise is the nature of the reason why he decided to resign now. He has essentially lost the support of Berlusconi's faction in Parliament, and I think he feels that he can't really continue governing, and that suggests that Berlusconi is becoming a factor again in Italian politics, and I think that is what's driving down the market as much as anything else.
So what comes after Mr Monti now? Will we see a return for Mr Berlusconi?
Well, there'll be a general election probably in February. I don't see Berlusconi becoming Prime Minister. I think he has lost too much support, and there are other factors and players in the Italian political scene now who attract more support than Berlusconi does. One of them, of course, being Monti himself. The question is, what does he now do? Does he try to lead a sort of centrist, maybe centre-right faction in the election? Does he become president? Does he do something else? I think that the danger is that none of the political factions that comes into power after the election will be able to continue the very modest progress that Monti made as Prime Minister.
Well, this is of course, I guess the big question for Italy. Can anybody who comes in do any more? Would an election, would democratic legitimacy give Mr Monti more of a mandate to go much further in the reforms than he's been able to do in the past year?
I think probably the one man who could exploit a democratic mandate to go much further on the reform front is Monti himself. I think he felt very constrained by his technocratic mandate and the fact that he was only there for a year. He was a kind of stopgap, if you like, between the fall of Berlusconi and the next election. And I think that if he could lead a faction to get a democratic mandate, to become a party that gave him a realistic chance of becoming Prime Minister, and had some kind of national government in place, then I think that he could definitely go a lot further, probably would go a lot further. He has been too timid up to now, and I think that he probably would benefit from a democratic mandate like that.
So just finally, Vincent, how will people remember Mr Monti's period as Prime Minister? A successful one or a difficult one?
I think it would have depended on your expectations of him. I think expectations were way too high and the delivery was too low.
Vincent, we will wait to see what happens in the Italian elections coming up. Thank you very much.